This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. 14 Cuban nationals are now at the Carmichael Road Detention Center awaiting deportation after they were intercepted on Saturday, July 9th by the United States Coast Guard. The group, consisting of 13 males and 1 female, reportedly on board a vessel in waters near Dog Rock off Bimini. They were subsequently turned over to the immigration officials in Grand Bahama this past Wednesday for processing. The Bahamas Department of Immigration, in a statement, says the department exercised all COVID-19 protocols as the health and welfare and safety of our officers and migrants remain a high priority. In news from the crime front, police seeking your assistance in identifying and locating 2 men wanted for violent crimes over the weekend in separate shootings and stabbing incidents. Police reports indicating that around 11:22 p.m. on Saturday, a 22-year-old male of Dorset Alley off Bernard Road was treated and discharged from the Princess Margaret Hospital after being shot in the foot. The victim, according to police, was in the area of West Hill Street and Meeting Street when he was approached and subsequently shot by an unknown male armed with a handgun. The suspect reportedly fled the area on foot. Meantime, minutes before this incident, shortly after 11 p.m. in the area of Milton and East Streets, a traffic accident occurred which escalated into a stabbing. According to reports, the victim was in the area of Milton Street when he was involved in a traffic accident with a gray-colored Vestor van driven by another male. The driver of the gray van and the victim got into an altercation which resulted in the victim being stabbed and the suspect fleeing the scene. The victim was taken to the hospital via EMS, where his condition is listed as serious. Police are appealing to members of the public to assist in locating the driver of the gray Vestor van. Active police investigations continue into both matters. From Grand Bahama, 1 adult male and 2 adult females on Grand Bahama were put before the courts today. 38-year-old Nikki Green of West End, Grand Bahama, 28-year-old Nikita Green of Hunters, Grand Bahama, and 23-year-old Eric Dixon of 157 Beacons Field, Grand Bahama, appeared before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson on charges of manslaughter and robbery with violence. This is in connection with the death of Dudley Capron, who was reported missing by his family members on October 9th, 2020, and later found dead in the Queens Cove area on November 12, 2020. They were not required to enter a plea. Bail was denied, and they were all remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until November 2nd, 2022. Meanwhile, a juvenile male and an adult male were put before the courts this past Thursday. 19-year-old Deshaun Lewis of North Bahamia, Grand Bahama, and the juvenile were arraigned before Magistrate Charlton Smith on 2 counts of armed robbery. This is in connection with the armed robbery of a food store on July 4th, 2022 in the Pioneers Loop area. They were not required to enter a plea and were granted bail in the amount of $12,000 with 6 suretors each. The matter was adjourned until August 11th, 2022. Last week, Nassau Airport Development Company, NAD, announced the appointment of Jonathan Hanna to the position of Vice President of Operations, effective July 1st. At 34 years old, he becomes the youngest person appointed to NAD's executive management team. Hanna follows Deborah Colby, who retired from the role in June after 15 years of dedicated service. As Vice President of Operations, Hanna will lead a team of 100-plus individuals and will be responsible for directing, planning, and managing the airport facilities at the Lynden Pindling International Airport, LPIA. He will also direct the development and execution of the airport's long and short-term operation plans. Since April 2020, Hanna has played an integral role in managing LPIA's COVID-19 response by developing and implementing health protocols to minimize transmission and restore traveler confidence to the destination. While in college at Florida Institute of Technology, Hanna began as a summer intern with NAD's operations department. Hanna went on to earn both a Bachelor of Science in Aviation Management and a Master of Science in Aviation Development and Management. He officially joined NAD in 2014 as a deputy supervisor. On his appointment to Vice President of Operations, Bernice Walking, President and CEO at NAD, said the company is pleased to have him join the executive management team. Key on Hanna's agenda is using technology and automation to optimize airport operations and to further enhance operational efficiency. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jareno Saunders. Thanks for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.